So when you get damage on your vehicle, maybe a door ding, minor collision, or in this case, like here, this hood, hail damage. This hood had 351 hail dents. What are your options? Well, one of your options is you can go what they call conventional, which is basically painting the panel or replacing it and painting it. It's a good option to use if the panel isn't salvageable. But one thing to keep in mind is when you go that route, you're using a lot of chemicals, and the chemicals are hurtful to the environment. So the other option that you also have is what they call paintless dent removal or paintless dent repair, or for short, we call it PDR. This method basically removes the dents without painting your panel or your vehicle. Now, logically, you're asking yourself, well, how would you do that? How is that possible? Well, this is not an exhaustive video, but just wanted to let the customer or potential customer who's watching this video know what's out there. So for instance, what you would do is basically, for instance, like what I have here is a PDR rod, and you go from underneath the panel and you basically lift the dent up with multiple pushes. Those can be direct pushes, which basically you're pushing straight up, but also you have other tools. So for instance, this is what they call a whale tail, because it looks kind of like the tail of a whale. This one you can't push straight up, but you do a twisting action. So you use the tips of the tool to push up the dents. Each dent, depending on how big the dent is, could take anywhere from 15 to 100 pushes per dent to get that dent flat and smooth according to the texture of your paint on your vehicle. Here's another little tool that we use. Now this one is got a sharper tip, as you can see right there. It's a very sharp tip, but that gets really micro pushes that you might need to make that panel smooth. And what's nice about a tool like this is the handle actually rotates, so you get a variety of positions that you might need in order to be able to get the dent out. Then you have little dent tools like this, which you can stick behind a brace and just barely push and get the dent out. Lastly, what I wanted to show you is also sometimes you have to use something like this, which is a very polished knockdown, which helps to smooth the panel out as well and blend it out. So your final results are just as good as painting a vehicle without painting it, hence paintless dent repair. So there you go. Here's a few tools that we use. Truthfully, there's a lot more tools, but this is just a little sample so that you understand what we do in paintless dent repair. I hope that helps you make a good decision depending on your situation.